I absolutely disagree that there should be forgiving cheating of the partner in the marriage. I think there should be absolute commitment. I mean, I can only speak from my marriage.
I didn't understand what you said.
Well, you mentioned that women, the way man operates, and it is okay for the woman to accept that he is cheating.
I don't think she should accept. No, that's not what I said. I said when a man cheats, it's not like a woman when she's cheating. And if your man cheat on you, not every day, not excessively, but if your man cheated on you one time when he had a travel or something, you don't break marriage, kids, history, everything just for him cheating one time.
And
there should be,
if you're under, I mean, if you guys are, exclusive, and that has always been the thing, and you go out on a work trip and you literally can't keep it in your pants for whatever.
What does it speak for your relationship?
But when let's say you're 45 and you already lived with a man for 10, 20 years and you have kids with him and you break up with him for one cheating, you're going to want to get screwed, not him. You're the one that you don't have value in the market. You already have history. You're not going to go out to the market with 2-3 kids alone just because he cheated on you. You break your whole life.
In a relationship, there should be 100% commitment to each other. And that goes for body, soul.
If you get to that point where you're 45 years old and you want to talk about an open marriage, then by all means.
I don't believe in open marriage. I think it's devilish.
So you don't believe
you think it's more devilish than a man going off?
I'll explain to you, Andrew. If you give me the time, I will explain.
Not you. No, I understand your position. Right? I was so over to the gal on the left.
Open marriages.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Can you tell me your name again?
Are you talking to me?
Yes. Yeah, you. Yeah, you got to speak in the mic, or I can't hear you. You got to right in the mic, or I can't hear.
In the mic.
Oh, I'm looking at him. My name is Oksana.
Okay, Oksana.
Yes.
Why?
Okay, S-A-N-A.
She makes a valid point, right? She's asking this question. She's saying, look, let's say that this guy, he's out on the road. You have a big fight, right? You're in some tooth and nails kind of verbal brawl, and he meets some chick at the bar, and he sleeps with her, and he instantly regrets it. And he tells you, look, I'm sorry I made this mistake. He comes clean about it. You have children with him, things like that. You're saying you can't work through that's impossible to work through?
For me, it would be, for me personally.
Yeah, I know for you, but you said prescriptively you disagree that should ever be the case in a marriage, right?
So you see, that was my mentality. I mean, I would be okay with that 20-something years ago before I got here, and I saw that there is actually a different way of building their relationship. And through my husband, he introduced me to Jesus Christ. So based on their religion, of course, and the standards, I mean, the cheating is just not, it's one partner.
No, the church would not recommend that. The church would recommend that you stay together with your family and did everything you could to work through on the marriage. The church would not recommend divorce. The church, that's not Christian ethics.
Church also recommends to stay loyal to your partner for both sides.
Yes. I understand. That is true. Cheating is immoral from the Christian worldview. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Hang on. I agree that that's completely immoral. However, there's nothing unchristian at all about working through that situation with your spouse if it occurs. In fact, most churches would recommend you do so for the sake of keeping your family together.
But you see, that's where we come, starting from the root. It would not even cross our mind to cheat on each other to begin with, because we know that this is what is absolutely
I'm sorry, that's bizarre. You're a Christian, correct?
I am, and I'm learning more and more.
So you believe that the demonic exists, correct?
Of course.
And do you believe that the demonic has influence over people at certain times, especially when they're vulnerable or when they're going through something that's very hard, and they could be influenced to do things they would not ordinarily
especially
do?
If you're
Andrew, it would be my job as a wife to know that my husband needs some kind of support, whether it is emotional or physical or whatever. And the true core of the relationship in my mind is for my husband to come to me and open up his soul, become vulnerable, feeling comfortable, become vulnerable with me, to share with me what ain't working for him.
Yes,
So
listen,
we would be able to work on it to fix it,
Sorry,
to
Eastern
avoid
European
any
is
type of
different.
cheating.
I think that everyone is capable of cheating.
Exactly.
Everyone is capable of cheating. It
Yeah.
is
I'm not.
if you are super committed to your man,
So
like
you're
you
completely
are,
immune to wait. So you're the only Christian on planet Earth who's completely
Andrew, let her
immune to the
finish.
demonic.
Hold on, let her finish. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Sorry, yeah. Again, everyone is capable of cheating. I think that if you are going into it with, this is the person that I want to spend the rest of my life with, this is the person that I want to be loyal to, then you will never put yourself in a position where there's the potential to cheat. I think we are all, again, capable of doing so. You just have to know what...
You got to choose the environment.
You have to choose the environment.
Not just
again, we're all capable
But
of doing
this is
it.
not the dispute.
Not
right?
just that we're capable, we
The
have-
dispute is not that you can't mitigate these things. The dispute is not that you shouldn't do these things. That's not the dispute.
And then I think it's
No,
completely
hang on. It's not the
dependent.
dispute. Can you tell me what the dispute is here actually? What are we actually
I
arguing
would not
about?
be even considering the alternative.
Not you. Hang on.
It's
hang on.
not
This
such
is the
a
gal I
thing.
was just talking to. What are we actually arguing about here?
So working it out, right, after a man has cheated on you.
Right. So when we're talking about things that you can do so that that never happens, that really doesn't have anything to do with the actual dispute here, which is can a marriage be worked out after cheating? That's what the dispute is.
Okay, and then I just wanted to mention that about the cheating, but then to go on that, I think it's definitely just situational. If for some women, in my case, the trust would be completely broken, and I don't think I could ever do that. I don't think I could ever go back.
Yeah.
But I am with no kids, so I
It's
would
different.
understand. Yeah,
different.
I would understand if a woman who had kids chose to maybe go to marriage counseling, see a therapist together, and work it out. But again, I think it's very situational. I think there
Exactly.
isn't just a no. I would
Absolutely
never.
right.
Like you can't just kind of speak for all and say no. I would never go back to my person if they cheated on me, because again, everything is situational.
Yeah, I don't think that
agree
there's
with
a
you
problem with saying I have a zero tolerance threshold for cheating and that's the end of the relationship. I think that that's fine. In fact, I would encourage it even. I'm just saying that I would not take this kind of broad brush from a Christian angle and say that if you're in a Christian marriage, that something like this can't be worked through, because clearly this
can
does
be.
happen and people do work through it.
It can
Yeah,
be
yeah.
in a small percentage of cases. Yeah, but there has to
That's
be a
what I'm saying is
transformation
that
in
if the
person.
preference is breaking up the entire family,
not
right?
just,
Losing your faith, everything in between that can come with the outcome of divorce, maybe it could be preferable to try to work these things out first.
In the small percentages, it is possible to fix. But
Yo,
there is,
Andrew, or go ahead.
But it takes
It's
really
not
a
just-
superb woman to to gain that trust factor towards her man. Because that normally creates insecurities in a woman, that she will be always questioning, like, he is going to a gym. Is he going to see some pretty girls out there? It is just, it's going to be just killing the woman on the inside. It takes very, very superb woman to get the trust built inside of her, to trust her, to trust her man.
But women in
the future.
general are over emotional. From every little thing, they make a big deal. It's not like a man that manage his feelings different. You understand? A man can look at a woman and she come home with him and she give him a sin and freak out over this.
Well,
You
it's
know?
a woman who is,